Captain Danny Roberts stood in the cold metal room, looking at the alien king through the thick glass wall. The king was huge, with dark purple skin and bright yellow eyes that seemed to burn like fire. His name was King Zolthar, and he ruled over many planets across the galaxy. Danny and his team had come from Earth in their spaceship called the Freedom, hoping to make friends with aliens. But now they were prisoners. King Zolthar spoke in a deep voice that made the walls shake. "You humans think you are brave," he said. "But you are weak like insects. I could kill you all right now." Danny kept his head up and looked straight at the king. "We came here in peace. We just wanted to talk." The alien king laughed, a sound like thunder. His advisors, tall creatures with silver armor, whispered to him in their strange language. They wanted to kill the humans right away. But King Zolthar had different plans. "I have a daughter," the king said. "Princess Kayla. She is soft and weak because she has lived in my palace all her life. She has never seen real fighting or known real pain. This makes me angry." Danny wondered why the king was telling him this. He looked at his crewmates, who were also locked in the room. They all looked scared, but they tried not to show it. King Zolthar walked closer to the glass. His footsteps were heavy like a giant's. "I will send my daughter to your little planet. She will live there for 1 full year. If she learns to be a warrior like me, she can come back and be my heir. If she stays weak, she will never be a princess again." The king pointed at Danny with one long finger. "You will go with her. You will make sure she does not die. You will teach her about your human ways of fighting. If you do this, maybe I will not destroy your planet right away." Danny felt his heart beating fast. This was not what he had expected when they left Earth. But maybe this was their only chance to save their world. "What if I say no?" he asked. King Zolthar smiled, showing sharp white teeth. "Then I will kill you and all your friends right now. Then I will send my armies to burn your cities and kill your people." There was no choice. Danny nodded slowly. "I will do it." The alien king called for his daughter. Princess Kayla walked into the room, and Danny was surprised by how she looked. She was tall like her father, but her skin was light purple, almost pink. She wore beautiful clothes made of shiny material, and jewels covered her arms and neck. Her long hair was braided, with gold threads. She looked like she had never worked a day in her life. "Father, why have you called me here?" Princess Kayla asked. Her voice was high and sweet, like a child's voice. "You are going to live with these humans," King Zolthar told her. "You will learn to fight like a warrior, or you will lose everything." Princess Kayla's eyes went wide. "But father, I cannot live with these dirty creatures. They are so small and ugly, and their planet probably smells bad." The king's face became angry. "You will go, or you will never call me father again." Princess Kayla started to cry. Real tears fell down her face. "Please, father, I will do anything else. I will study harder. I will practice with my sword more, but please do not send me away." But King Zolthar was done talking. He called his guards, who put special chains on Danny's hands and feet. The chains were made of some alien metal that felt cold and heavy. Then they brought Princess Kayla a simple gray dress to replace her fancy clothes. "Take only what you need," the king told his daughter. "You will live like these humans live. You will eat their food, sleep in their beds, and learn their ways of war." As they walked to the spaceship that would take them to Earth, Princess Kayla kept looking back at her father's palace. It was huge and made of white stone that seemed to glow in the alien sunlight. She had lived there all her life, with hundreds of servants to take care of her every need. The spaceship was small and simple compared to the king's warships. Danny sat in one corner, still wearing the heavy chains. Princess Kayla sat as far away from him as possible, covering her nose with her hand. "How long until we reach your planet?" she asked. "About 3 weeks," Danny replied. Princess Kayla made a disgusted face. 3 weeks in this tiny ship with you? This is the worst punishment ever." Danny looked out the small window at the stars. He thought about his wife, Linda, and his 2 kids back on Earth. He wondered if he would ever see them again. He also wondered what would happen when they reached Earth. How could he turn this spoiled alien princess into a warrior? She had probably never even held a real weapon. But as the spaceship flew through space toward Earth, Danny began to think of a plan. Maybe, just maybe, they could find a way to save both worlds. Princess Kayla would have to learn that being strong was not just about having power over others. She would have to learn what humans knew about courage, friendship, and fighting for what was right. The long journey to Earth had begun, and neither Danny nor Princess Kayla knew how much their lives were about to change. When the spaceship landed on Earth, Danny felt happy to see his home planet again. But he was also worried. The blue sky and green trees looked beautiful after being in space for so long. Princess Kayla stepped out of the ship and immediately started complaining. "This place smells terrible," she said, covering her nose. "And why is everything so bright? My eyes hurt." Earth's gravity was stronger than her home planet, so Princess Kayla felt heavy and tired. Every step was hard for her. Danny had to help her walk to the military base where they were waiting. General Mike Turner was the head of Earth's army. He was a big man with gray hair and serious eyes. When Danny told him about King Zolthar and the alien invasion, the general listened carefully. "So this alien king wants to destroy Earth?" General Turner asked. "Yes, sir," Danny said. "But maybe we can use his daughter to stop him. If she learns to be different, maybe she can change his mind." General Turner looked at Princess Kayla, who was sitting in a chair and fanning herself with her hand. She looked weak and spoiled. "She doesn't look like much of a warrior to me," he said. The general decided to give Princess Kayla to Colonel Sam Davis for training. Colonel Davis was tough and had fought in many wars. He was not impressed by the alien princess. "Listen here, Princess," Colonel Davis said on her first day. "I don't care who your daddy is. On Earth, you work for everything you get. Nobody is going to serve you or bow to you. You want food? You cook it yourself. You want clean clothes? You wash them yourself." Princess Kayla was shocked. "But I am royalty. I have never done such low work." "Well, you're going to learn," Colonel Davis said. "Starting right now." The first week was terrible for Princess Kayla. She had to wake up at 5 in the morning, when it was still dark. The bed was hard and uncomfortable, not soft like her palace bed. The food was simple and plain, not fancy like what her servants used to make for her. When she tried to order the soldiers around, they just laughed at her. When she demanded special treatment, they gave her extra work to do. She had to clean floors, wash dishes, and make her own bed every day. "This is not fair," she cried to Danny one evening. "I am a princess. I should not have to do these horrible jobs." "On Earth, everyone works," Danny explained. "Even our presidents and kings have jobs to do. Working hard makes people strong." "Princess." Kayla did not understand this at first. On her planet, only poor people worked with their hands. Rich people like her just gave orders and lived in comfort. But slowly, things began to change. Colonel Davis started teaching her how to fight. At Ecolder, first she was very bad at it. She could not run far without getting tired. She could not lift heavy things. When she tried to shoot a gun, she missed the target completely. The other soldiers watched her training and some of them laughed. This made Princess Kayla angry, but it also made her want to try harder. "Show me again," she would say to Colonel Davis when she failed at something. "I want to learn." After 2 months, Princess Kayla could run for 30 minutes without stopping. She could lift weights that used to be too heavy for her. She was learning to shoot guns and use knives. Her soft hands became rough and strong from all the work. But the real change came when Colonel Davis took her to see how regular people lived. They went to a small town where a flood had destroyed many houses. Princess Kayla saw families who had lost everything, but they were still helping each other. She watched a little girl give her only toy to another child who was crying. She saw an old man share his food with a hungry family, even though he did not have much food himself. "Why do they do this?" Princess Kayla asked Danny. "They barely have enough for themselves." "Because that's what humans do," Danny said. "We take care of each other. We don't just think about ourselves." Princess Kayla thought about this. On her planet, people only helped others if they got something back. But these humans were different. They helped because it was the right thing to do. One day, while they were in the town, some bad men with guns came to rob the people. Princess Kayla watched as ordinary humans, not soldiers, stood up to protect their neighbors. An old woman stood in front of the bad men to protect some children. A young man who was scared still fought to defend his family. For the first time, Princess Kayla understood what real courage meant. It was not about being the strongest or having the best weapons. It was about doing what was right even when you were afraid. That night, she asked Colonel Davis to teach her more fighting techniques. She wanted to learn how to protect people, not just how to win battles. "Now you're starting to get it," Colonel Davis said with a smile. Princess Kayla was changing from a spoiled royal into something new. She was learning that true strength came from helping others, not from having power over them. She still had a lot to learn, but she was becoming the kind of person who could make a real difference. As the months passed, the soldiers stopped laughing at her. They began to respect her because she worked hard and never gave up. Princess Kayla was becoming someone her father would not recognize, and maybe someone who could save both Earth and her home planet. After 8 months on Earth, Princess Kayla had become a different person. Her soft hands were now strong and rough. Her weak body had become fast and powerful. She could fight with guns, knives, and even her bare hands. But most importantly, she had learned to care about other people. Then one morning, everything changed. General Turner called everyone to an emergency meeting. His face looked very serious and worried. "We have bad news," he said. "Our space satellites have spotted alien ships coming toward Earth. Lots of them. King Zolthar is coming early." Princess Kayla felt her heart stop. "How many ships?" she asked. "Over 2,000, General Turner replied. "They will be here in less than 1 week." The room went quiet. Everyone knew that Earth's weapons were not as good as the alien weapons. The humans had brave soldiers, but the aliens had better technology. Princess Kayla stood up slowly. "I know my father's battle plans," she said. "I can help you fight him." Some of the generals looked suspicious. "How do we know you won't betray us?" one of them asked. "He's still your father." Princess Kayla thought about this question. 8 months ago, she would have gone back to her father without thinking twice. But now, after living with humans and learning their ways, she felt different. "My father thinks strength means making others afraid of you," she said. "But I have learned that real strength means protecting people who cannot protect themselves. I choose to fight with you." General Turner nodded. "Then we need to move fast." "What can you tell us about your father's weapons?" Princess Kayla told them everything she knew. The alien ships had powerful energy weapons that could destroy buildings from space. They had shields that could stop Earth's missiles. Their soldiers wore armor that was very hard to break. "But they have weaknesses too," she said. "My father's army always attacks the same way. They think they are so much better than everyone else that they don't expect clever tricks. And their armor has weak spots that I can show you." The next few days were very busy. All over Earth, soldiers prepared for war. Cities built underground shelters for people to hide in. Factories worked day and night to make more weapons. Colonel Davis gave Princess Kayla a team of her own to lead. It was a mixed group of human soldiers and alien prisoners who had escaped from King Zolthar's empire. These aliens had been slaves and wanted to fight for their freedom. "Can we trust them?" asked Sergeant Rick Stone, one of the human soldiers. "They hate my father as much as we do," Princess Kayla said. "Maybe more." When the alien fleet arrived, the sky turned dark with their ships. King Zolthar's voice came from every radio and television on Earth. "People of this small planet," his deep voice said, "I am King Zolthar. I give you one chance to surrender. Give me my daughter and bow down to me, or I will burn your cities to ash." The leaders of Earth talked for many hours, but their answer was the same as always. "We will never surrender," they said. King Zolthar laughed. "Then you will all die." The war began that same day. Bright beams of energy fell from the sky like deadly rain. Buildings exploded and burned. The alien weapons were terrible and powerful. Earth's jets flew up to fight the alien ships, but many of them were destroyed quickly. In the first day, millions of people died. Princess Kayla watched from a military base as the city nearby was attacked. She saw hospitals and schools burning. She saw families running in the streets, trying to find safe places to hide. "This is all my fault," she said to Danny. "If I had not come here, my father would not have attacked your planet." "No," Danny said firmly. "Your father was always going to attack us, but now we have a chance to stop him because you are here to help us." Princess Kayla wiped tears from her eyes. These were not the same kind of tears she used to cry when she was spoiled and wanted her way. These were tears for all the innocent people who were dying. "What do we do now?" she asked. Colonel Davis came running up to them. "The aliens have landed ground troops in New York City. They're trying to take over the whole city. We need your team there right now." Princess Kayla and her mixed team of humans and freed alien slaves flew to New York in military helicopters. When they arrived, the city looked like a nightmare. Many buildings were broken and burning. Alien soldiers in silver armor walked through the streets shooting at anyone who moved. "Remember what I taught you," Princess Kayla told her team. "These soldiers are trained to fight in open battles. But we will fight like humans fight. Smart and sneaky." They hid in the ruins of buildings and attacked the alien soldiers when they did not expect it. Princess Kayla used her knowledge of alien armor to show her team exactly where to shoot. The freed alien slaves knew the alien language and could confuse the enemy soldiers with false orders on their radios. For 3 days, they fought in the streets of New York. Princess Kayla saw her team members risk their lives to save civilian humans they had never met before. She saw Sergeant Stone carry a wounded child to safety even though enemy soldiers were shooting at him. She saw the freed alien slaves fight harder than anyone because they knew what it was like to lose their freedom. On the 4th day, King Zolthar himself came down from his flagship. He was tired of the slow progress and wanted to end the battle quickly. He brought his best soldiers, warriors who had conquered many planets. Princess Kayla knew this would be the most important fight of her life. Everything she had learned on Earth had prepared her for this moment. She was no longer the weak, spoiled girl who had arrived 8 months ago. She was a warrior who fought for something bigger than herself. King Zolthar walked through the broken streets of New York City like a giant among ants. His silver armor shined in the light of the burning buildings. Behind him marched 50 of his best warriors, each one trained to kill entire armies. The alien king was angry that these small humans had fought his forces for so many days. "Find my daughter," he ordered his soldiers. "Bring her to me alive. Kill everyone else." Princess Kayla heard her father's voice echoing through the ruined city. She was hiding in what used to be a library, planning her next move with her team. Danny was there, along with Sergeant Stone and 12 other fighters, both human and alien. "He's coming for you," Danny said quietly. "Maybe you should run." Princess Kayla shook her head. "No more running. This ends today, one way or another." She looked at her team. These brave fighters had become like family to her. "I have to face my father alone. This is between him and me now." "We're not leaving you," Sergeant Stone said firmly. "We fight together, and we die together if we have to," added Vex, one of the freed alien slaves. Princess Kayla felt warm inside despite the cold fear in her heart. These people were willing to die for her, not because she was a princess, but because she had earned their respect and friendship. They made their way through the rubble to Central Park, where many of the city's trees were now black and burned. Princess Kayla knew this was the perfect place for their final battle. The open space would let her use all the fighting skills she had learned. King Zolthar was waiting for her in the center of the park. Up close, he looked even bigger and more scary than she remembered. His yellow eyes burned with anger when he saw her. "My daughter," he said in his deep voice. "Look what these humans have done to you. You are dirty and scarred. You look like a common soldier." "I am a soldier now," Princess Kayla replied, standing straight and proud. "These humans taught me what it really means to be strong." King Zolthar laughed, but it was not a happy sound. "Strong? You think playing with these weak creatures has made you strong? I will show you real strength. He pulled out his energy sword, a weapon that could cut through steel like paper. The blade glowed bright blue and hummed with power. Princess, Kayla drew her own weapon, a simple metal sword that Colonel Davis had taught her to use. It looked small and plain next to her father's powerful blade. You choose these humans over your own family? King Zolthar asked. Over your own people? I choose what is right, Princess Kayla said. You want to make everyone slaves. These humans showed me a better way to live. The king's face became red with anger. Then you are no daughter of mine. He attacked her with speed that was hard to see. His energy sword came down like lightning. But Princess Kayla was ready. She rolled to the side and struck back with her metal blade. The fight was fast and dangerous. King Zolthar was bigger and stronger, but Princess Kayla was quicker and smarter. She used all the tricks that Colonel Davis had taught her. She fought like a human, using her brain as much as her muscles. Around them, the battle continued. Princess Kayla's team fought against the king's warriors. She could hear Danny shouting orders and Sergeant Stone's gun firing again and again. But she had to focus on her father. You have learned to fight, King Zolthar admitted as they circled each other. But you are still weak inside. You care too much about others. That will be your weakness. No, Princess Kayla said, breathing. Her caring about others is what makes me strong. She thought about all the people she had met on Earth, the families who had helped each other after the flood, the soldiers who risked their lives for strangers, the little girl who gave away her only toy to help another child. This gave her new energy. She attacked her father with moves he had never seen before, combining alien fighting techniques with human tricks. She was fighting not just for herself, but for everyone who could not protect themselves. King Zolthar began to get tired. He had always won his battles through fear and power, but his daughter was fighting with something he did not understand: love for others. Finally, Princess Kayla found her chance. When her father raised his sword high to strike, she moved faster than she had ever moved before. Her blade found the weak spot in his armor that she knew was there. King Zolthar fell to his knees, his energy sword falling from his hand. He looked up at his daughter with surprise in his yellow eyes. How? He whispered. You taught me to be strong, Princess Kayla said, tears running down her face. But these humans taught me what to be strong for. King Zolthar was dying. But before, he closed his eyes forever. He said something that surprised everyone. Maybe you are right. Maybe I was wrong about strength. With their king dead, the alien army stopped fighting. The invasion ships in the sky waited for orders that would never come. Princess Kayla, now queen of the alien empire, had a choice to make. She could order the alien fleet to attack and finish what her father started, or she could choose a different path. She chose peace. Standing in the ruins of New York with her human friends beside her, Queen Kayla spoke to both her alien fleet and the people of Earth. The war is over, she announced. From now on, humans and my people will be partners, not enemies. We will explore the stars together. We will learn from each other, and we will protect each other. Danny put his hand on her shoulder. Your father would be proud of you, he said. I hope so, Queen Kayla replied, but more importantly, I am proud of who I have become. The fearless warrior who had once been a spoiled princess looked up at the stars. There was so much work to do, so many worlds to help, so many people to protect. But she was ready for it all. She had learned the most important lesson of all. The true strength comes not from ruling others, but from serving them.